Hi, good evening everyone. I welcome you all. I welcome you all to the next episode of Question Answer series. So it's one of the greatest work what I feel blessed, wherein I can just give it some awareness about things which really makes people lead a better life. Most of the problems what people face are just because they are not aware of certain things. See, one principle what I truly believe on in my life is this. Every time you experience some kind of fear, every time you experience some kind of worry in your life, you are experiencing it. It is just because of one simple reason. That is lack of awareness. So when you enhance your awareness to a greater extent in your life, automatically you will be experiencing happiness all through your life. Having a happy experience all through is the most wonderful thing. And if you are not able to create that, I think life is missed. And missing life is missing everything, I suppose. So I wish everyone to enhance their perception, to enhance their awareness, and go towards experiencing a life which is celebrating. And that all comes with gaining knowledge. So I think the greatness of your life starts from questioning. When you have the right questions in life, automatically you have or you get the right answers. So the ability that you have to develop first in your life is the ability to question. Until and unless you don't have the right questions, I don't think that you can have right thinking, and through that you can have right analysis of things. So have the right questions in life. Every challenge, every problem that you are experiencing in life, that you are encountering in life, you have to first convert that problem, convert that challenge into a question. Have the right questions with you. Automatically, you will experience greatness happening in your life. Okay, all the best for all of you. I welcome you all with some wonderful questions which will make this session useful for many people. Probably one person asking a right question can help thousands of people to experience knowledge. Awareness is the only way through which we can take out the worry that is being encountered in life. Once we take out the worry that is being encountered in life, we are happy. When we are happy, we are making everyone around us happy. And that's really a blessing. What is a greater joy in making this planet? What is a greater joy than making this planet a happy place to live in? Absolutely nothing, I suppose. So let's all be a part of it. Let's start our job with our first question. Thank you, Prasanna. We need to be loved, as that comes only from being abundant in giving. I don't understand the question part in this. We need to be loved, as that comes only from being abundant in giving. See, life is not the way wherein you expect something. Life can always be the way wherein you give something. See, when you are expecting something from life, whatever it is, I don't think that we can ever be comfortable or peaceful in life. So, we should become a giver. And as you said, we should become a giver of love. When we are abundant in giving, when we fill ourselves with a lot of love, see, it's like, make one thing very clear. When you don't have one negative word about anyone on this earth, when we are not looking at even one situation as a negative situation, and when we are not having any kind of hatred towards anyone, we are having only positive information about everyone, everything around us, then automatically we are filled with love. What makes us experience hatred? Not able to look at the positive things in life. But when we look at the positive things in life, where is the source of hatred? Suppose you went for a movie, you experienced something wonderful from that movie. It was a beautiful experience. Every frame of that movie was celebrating, and you enjoyed every bit of it. Probably 2.5 hours was an awesome experience from you. So once you come out of that theater, you will be so excited and you will be ready to share every inch of that movie. You will be communicating it and you will be sharing it. Every time you remember that story or every time you remember the scenes in that movie, you celebrate because you had love towards every frame of that movie. Let's take the same movie from the other perspective. So there are a lot of situations, lot of scenes in the movie which are very boring, which are not comfortable at all, which are not feasible to watch. And you got irritated, you got vexed, okay, you got bored in that movie and you really wanted to push out of that movie. So once you come out of that movie, you talk negative about that movie because you got disturbed in many situations in that movie. So every time you remember that, you get trouble. Indeed, movie is not a reality. It's just a visual creation through which you can experience a concept narrated by a person. But still, when you look at the positive part of it, you celebrate it. I was told once, I think by Chaganti Koteshwar Rao, about a situation regarding this. A woman used to watch every movie, not missing even one single movie that used to come in her village. Someone asked, what makes you to watch every single movie that comes? Then she said that, after all, I spend 50 rupees to watch this movie. But the producers and directors and many artists who involved in that movie works for years together, investing crores of rupees, putting lot of ideas. After all, by investing 50 rupees, when I can experience lot of things, why should I miss any part of it? So I don't find any movie which is bad. So I celebrate every inch of the movie. That made her celebrate every part of the movie. As simple as that. When you can look at everything in a positive manner, then automatically you have love for everything. So love, when it is grown within you, it expresses. Anything that you are filled with, that keeps on expressing in your life always. If it is not filled in you, then that never gets expressed, okay. See, if I'm filled with a lot of knowledge, if I'm filled with a lot of awareness, I can speak about it. If I have thousands of quotations in my mind, so I can express those quotations in different situations wherein they are applicable. If I have a lot of money with me, I can share it to others. If I have a lot of food with me, I can share it to others. In the same manner, if I have a lot of love within me, I can share it to others. Having a lot of love within me is all about looking at every inch of our life, every person, everything in a positive manner. When you can experience this, automatically you're filled with love. When you're filled with love, you express the same thing. When you're expressing love, it multiplies. See, all the positive qualities in life, suppose you gain knowledge. The more you share knowledge, the more it gets multiplied. The more and more you share knowledge, the more and more it gets multiplied. Probably I've been sharing knowledge of communication skill enhancement and life skill enhancement for the past 25 years. And I've been seeing progress in my knowledge enhancement in every batch. Probably I consider while teaching a batch that this is going to be the ultimate knowledge. And this really will be the best. And I'm going to teach the same knowledge to every batch I'm going to encounter. But once I finish the batch and come up to the next batch, my mind gives me a whole new picture. so that I talk about everything different which is no way related to the previous batch. So because knowledge gets multiplied, every good quality that is there within you, when you start sharing it, it multiplies. So first thing is, remember one thing, that you don't have right to hate anything or anyone on this earth. You only have right to love. Love everything and everyone on this earth. When you start loving everyone and everything, how can you love everyone and everything? By looking at everything in a positive angle. Then automatically you will start loving everyone and everything on this earth. So once you start loving everyone and everything on this earth, automatically what happens is you will be filled with love within yourself all the way. So once you are filled with love, when you are abundantly filled with love, when your mind is full of love, automatically it takes expression. There's no other way. And when you start sharing your love to everyone, in the process you get back. We know that the principle of this universe is whatever we give, we get it back. Okay, we get it back in hundreds of multiples. We plant a rice seed in the soil and it gives back the seed to us. At the same time, it gives us 100 other seeds. 100 other seeds along with the seed what we planted. So what we give to the society comes back to us in hundreds of multiples. If we share love or if we give love to the society, we get it back. So other person need not be abundant in sharing that. Okay, if we are abundant, if we can share it, we can automatically experience the same thing in our lives, I suppose. So develop an attitude wherein you look at everything in a positive angle, and that changes the attitude of life, I suppose. Okay, thanks a lot for your question, Prasanna. Close the door. So, hi Pyari, how are you? Good evening. It's great to answer your question. How to face negative situations. When you give the label of a negative situation for a situation, then automatically it is difficult to face it. But when you consider everything that is happening in your life as just an experience, I think you can handle it wonderfully. So don't create situations as positive situations and negative situations. So just try to have an experience of living. That's it. When you can make everything as an experience of living, I suppose there is no issue for you at all. So when you label something as a negative situation, automatically you are instructing your mind. By saying that it is a negative situation, you are automatically telling your mind that I want to experience negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative circumstances, negative future. Everything which is unwanted. Because that is what you told your mind. So let's say one simple thing. Suppose there is someone whom you don't like. You said to somebody that I hate this person. I don't like his communication. I don't like his behavior. I don't like his dressing. I don't like his outlook. I don't like any part of him. That's wonderful. So you instructed your mind that you don't have a positive opinion on anything about him. So now you gave your mind a negative information regarding that person. Now, every time you remember that person, every time you meet that person, every time you see that person, automatically what happens? Your mind was given a negative instruction regarding that person. So automatically your mind remembers that as it received negative information from you, it has to make you experience a negative outcome. So the first thing it does is, it remembers all the negative memory. It makes your mind to think all the negative content. Your feelings turn negative. Then your emotions turn negative. So once your emotions turn negative, okay, you behave and you communicate in an awkward manner. This attracts negative circumstances, and this negative circumstances create a negative future, putting you in utmost disturbance. But let us consider, okay, about the same person. You didn't tell your mind that you hate something in him, you don't like his dressing. Like this you did not say, but you just had a plain picture about him. No negative information, no positive information. Now what happens? You remembered that person. So your mind has an empty paper about it. No positive information, no negative information. Automatically, no memory. No memory means no thoughts. No thoughts, no thinking, no feel, no emotions, no circumstances, no future. Clear? Let's take the third situation. You found a person and started communicating with him, or started communicating to your mind saying that he is a fantastic person, he is awesome, he is different, he is clever, he is innovative, he is very creative, promising, truthful, honest, okay, everything good that you can talk about that person. So what instructions did you give to your mind? Positive instructions. So as you have given positive instructions, every time you remember that person, automatically you remember the positive memory you have. The positive memory drives positive thoughts. Positive thoughts put positive thinking. So positive feel, automatically positive emotions. So positive emotions lead to positive circumstances. Positive circumstances take you through positive future. It's a good thing or not? Now just understand, what is the use of putting a situation as a negative situation in your mind? See, as Shakespeare said, there's nothing like good or bad. It's your thinking that makes it so. So there's nothing like a positive situation or a negative situation. It is your thinking that is make you to feel that it is a positive situation and this is a negative situation. Probably when someone praises you, you consider that to be a positive situation, but it may not be a positive situation because it can enhance arrogance in you, and that arrogance may make you feel or suffer for a lot of problems in future. Probably someone may pull you down, point at the negative qualities in you, try to rectify the negatives that you have, try to correct the negative things that you have within yourself. Probably at that minute, you may feel bad about it. You may consider that it's a negative day. Okay, it's a negative situations day, or it's a negative circumstance to handle. But remember, you are developing a kind of humbleness from that side. You're thinking about it. Your worry makes you to think about it. Automatically you try to correct it. Once you correct it, you enhance yourself. You reduce your arrogance. You promote your self-love. You promote your self-belief. You promote your self-respect. In the process, you improve a positive quality that is there within you. So what considers to be a negative situation may not be a negative situation. Because, see, every mistake, if it is looked at as a lesson to learn, then what happens? The only challenge for all of us is this. Every time we have a negative situation in life, we always look at it as what I can say, a troubling thing because our thinking is not proper. Can you try to understand one simple logic in life? If we can consider every negative situation, every troubling situation as a lesson giving situation, that lesson is going to safeguard you all through your life, then things change. See, life is something like this. It gives you a temporary pain and a permanent happiness. Let me repeat this. It gives you a temporary pain and a permanent happiness. If you're not ready for the temporary pain, I don't think that you can experience that permanent happiness in life. So all you have to do is only one thing. You must be ready for the temporary pain. You may be insulted in particular situations. You may be dropped down. You may be pulled back. You may be in a situation wherein you have to experience something worst. But be ready for that. Accept it. Move on. Learn the lesson that is needed to be learned there. And just go, because by accepting that lesson, probably you're going to put your life into a much comfortable zone. That's wonderful, right? See, we give polio drops to a child. In the process, the child may suffer from fever. He may experience some kind of temperature, uneasiness for a day or two. But we'll make the child to experience that fever and suffering for a day or two, so that he'll protect himself from the biggest pain of suffering from polio. He is secured from polio. There is no situation wherein he is going to experience polio in his life. I hope you understand this, Pyari. So don't consider any situation to be a negative situation. So consider the situation to be a lesson teaching situation. Probably a situation that is going to teach you a wonderful lesson. So focus on the lesson. When you focus on the lesson, then automatically there's nothing that you worry about. See, every time something is happening in your life which is not according to your choice, you consider it to be a negative situation. But put this question to yourself: why should everything happen in your life according to your choice? Can you give me a confirmation that if everything happens according to your choice, life is going to be awesome? Are you matured enough to say that if everything is happening according to your choice, your life is going to be fantastic? Absolutely not. Because probably my 47 or 48 years of experience might have taught me different ideas through different sources in different formats. So probably when I look at a piece of knowledge, I consider that this is it and there is nothing more than this. But in no time I'll be experiencing yet another new idea, yet another new concept which is nowhere related to it. And that looks much more awesome than what I've experienced in the past. So life is a wonderful experience. So don't consider a situation to be a negative situation. Consider a situation to be a lesson learning situation. So there's a beautiful statement said by somebody, I don't remember his name, okay, he said that it's not a bad life, it's a bad day. It's only a bad day, it's not a bad life. Probably there may be days, okay, which are going to be bad for us, which are not happening the way we want them to happen. But we have to look at it and we have to look at the lesson part of it. When we look at the lesson part of it, I think it's not a negative situation. When you can rule out that situation as a negative one, then there's no worry. As I explained, okay, 3 situations. So positive content, first I told you negative content, plain, positive information. So make it plain at least. Let it not be a positive information, let it not be a negative information. Let it be a plain information. So you just try to be aware what's exactly happening. So why it is happening, what is causing you worry, what is causing you trouble, and what rectifications within you, what modifications within you can bring some change in that particular situation. That's what we have to look out for. That's it, Pyari. Hope you got my concept. Okay. Thanks a lot, Pyari, for your question, and all the best for your career. Raidu, good evening, Min. Thank you so much for your question. Why life does not exist as we thought? What to do if we want to forget our soulmate, want to change our nature? I exactly don't understand the intention of your questions, but I can just say one thing, that your life is not happening the way you want and you are a bit disappointed about it. See, probably I can say that the major work or the major job of everyone on this earth is this: you have to know how to handle your life. That's all. when you know how to handle your life, when you know how to handle every situation in your life, I think life is going to be it is going to be a wonderful journey. But all the people on this earth, every time something is happening what I can say, when something is happening that is not in their favor, they spend all their time worrying about it. They spend all their time suffering about it, struggling about it. When a person spends all his time suffering or worrying or disturbing himself, then where is a way wherein he understands what is the root cause of that worry? Probably for every happening in life, okay, if it is a good thing, okay, forget about it. You people are happy and you people are enjoying the good part of your life. But for every bad thing that is happening in your life, I mean, bad thing is all about a situation which is happening opposite to you, the way you never wanted it to happen. Then automatically you are worrying about it. See, what does worry give you? So worry drives a negative feel. Negative feel attracts negative thinking. Thinking attracts negative emotions. Negative emotions, negative circumstances, and negative future, which is not going to do anything good for you. So every time you have a challenge, every time life is not happening the way you want it to happen, then don't focus on your worry. Don't focus on your trouble. Don't focus on your disturbances. Don't focus on crying for it. But think, why am I getting this worry? What is the root cause for this? When you observe the reason for that worry, when you think, okay, what exactly is the reason for that worry, you will discover that the information what you have created in the past is the root cause for that worry. So the past information what you have driven in the past automatically is driving you towards that worry. That's it. So you created something like this. So let's say you want a relation to be with you permanently. But let's think logically, okay? How can you make a decision that you want a relation to be permanent? It's not a materialistic object, right? You're dealing with a creature with a mind and emotions. When you experience a creature with mind and emotions, automatically a single thought, a single idea can change their thinking. They change their emotions. When their thoughts and when their emotions change, their behavior changes. Their communication changes. When their communication changes, automatically what happens? Everything changes. So you cannot trust in a person, okay, to be a constant one. So if it is a computer, it operates basically on a logic. It doesn't have emotions. It doesn't have thinking process. It doesn't have a mind to think and emote. So in that process, it works purely on a logic. So something that works on a logic, so you can rely on. But just try to understand, how can you rely on a person whose thinking keeps changing consistently? Probably a person who thinks in a situation that may be positive right now may not think the next minute in the same sense. Probably in the course of this session, once I started this session, by the time I've reached this point, probably it might be 20 or 25 minutes. In this 25 minutes, there may be 10-15 situations, okay, which are not according to me, which may not be in my favor. But what am I doing? I can get arrogant about it. I can become angry about it. I can get troubled about it, or I can just understand the situation, put a balance on it, and then just move forwards. Because try to understand one thing very clearly, that we are dealing with creatures of logic. So when we are dealing with people, we are not dealing with creatures of logic, but we are dealing with people with emotions and thinking. So we can't rely on them. So expecting someone to be with you forever, okay, is the biggest mistake what you make. Because the basic reason for a relation coming into our life is, it comes to teach us what we don't know. And once the work is done, the relation leaves. So you cannot expect a relation to stay with you always. There will be certain relations in your life with whom you may be leaving a larger part of your life. But every relation will not have that large part. So most of the relations will just get connected for a short while. So one thing you need to understand is, you created a lot of positive information about somebody that you can't live without them. You can't handle your life without them. It's impossible for me to handle my life without them. Just because you experience some kind of comfort when you are with them. So in the process, when you miss them, the mind, the information that you have given to your mind, that makes you suffer. That makes you trouble. And that is the root cause of all the worry. So slowly avoid your worry, avoid your struggle, avoid your disturbance. Keep away from that, okay? Start thinking, what is the root cause for this? Then I think you can handle your life comfortably, Raidu. So why life does not exist as we thought, okay? Or why life does not happen as we thought? Put the same question on the other way, Raidu, okay? If life happens the way you want it, okay, will you say that, or can you say that you are going to be excited, you are going to be wonderful? Just think about it once. So it may not be. What guarantee you can give that if life happens exactly the way you want it, you are going to experience something wonderful? Probably there may be many people in whose life is going exactly the same way they wanted. But are they happy? They may be experiencing what they want. Probably they may be marrying someone, okay, whom they love. They may be getting money. They may be having job. They may be having everything around them what they dreamt of. But still, they'll have their own challenges in life. Because you cannot say that if everything is happening in your life the way you want it to happen, you're going to experience wonderful outcomes. So I can just illustrate it with the help of a story, if you can understand this. A person once went to God and said that, God, you're not much experienced in farming. You never cultivated any crops. You don't know how to cultivate. So, please listen to what we say. Follow the instructions what we give. Because we have a lot of experience. From hundreds of years we have been cultivating crops. We know the soil, we know the climate, and we know what to be planted and what is needed at the right time. So probably God said, fine, done. I'll do it according to you. So the farmer started saying, this must be the temperature. This must be the amount of rainfall. Okay, this must be the condition of the soil. This must be the weather. Or this, no insect must be there. No germ must be there. No rats, no infectants, okay, rodents, nothing should be there. So he just wanted the crop to grow in an awesome manner. And as the farmer thought, the crop grew wonderfully. It was totally green. And the farmer was feeling wonderful because everything was happening in a way he wanted. Everything was the way he thought. If it is like that, it is going to be wonderful. And after 3 months probably, when he cut the crop and went to take the harvest, he found that all the rice grains had only husk. There was no rice grain in that. He got very disappointed. What is this? I asked God to give everything I wanted in a manner, okay, that really suits for the plant, which makes the plant comfortable. And God did it. And the crop was growing very green and wonderfully. But why isn't there is no seed in this grain? Now he rushed to God and said, what has really happened? Then God said that if you create all favorable situations, all circumstances in the way the plant will be comfortable, it will not generate that potency to create a grain, to produce a grain. If the plant has to produce a grain, it has to undergo a lot of challenges. It has to undergo a lot of pressures. The pressures The troubles what the plant experiences will make the plant to produce a grain. If a child has to produce something in life, he has to undergo a lot of challenges. If sugarcane is not crushed, you cannot experience sugarcane juice out of it. So in the same manner, a man must undergo a lot of challenges, pressures, troubles, challenges will make him realize what is his inner potential. So if I did not accept challenges in my life, if I did not take challenges in my life, how would I ever come to know what am I capable of doing? See, do you think that what I'm communicating right now in front of you has come out of ease? How many challenges must I have faced? I must have undergone a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of negativity, a lot of criticism, a lot of disbelief. Beyond all these pressures, I started working, and in the process I discovered that I'm capable of doing something worthy. And my thinking that I'm capable of doing something worthy made me to keep doing this, and that the thing what I'm doing is giving all what I want today. All the happiness, all the glory, all the celebration, what I'm really experiencing today is just because of the work I'm doing. If I did not recognize my abilities, if I did not discover my abilities, then I don't think that there is any work that I can do. When there is no work that I can do, then think about it, how can I make my experience of life wonderful? So challenges, troubles, make you realize your abilities. So focus on realizing your potentials, realizing your abilities, okay? And understand that every relation comes to you to teach you the lessons what you don't know. So focus on the lesson, not trying to hold the relation. Never expect happiness or anything, love, generosity, fun, comfort, security, or anything to come from the other resource. You become independent, wherein you can create it by yourself. When you can create it by yourself, you will become a giver. When you are a giver, you don't try to hold someone in your life always. You will give the person freedom to be what he really wants to be. Hope you understood this. If you want to change our nature, see, nature is like, try to understand this right, okay? You will have a nature probably with which we exhibit everything that's happening in your life. And if you don't like the nature which you are expressing, so you start changing. And it's a step-by-step process, it's a slow process. And you can change it. See, first thing is, give some time for yourself. Hold on and start understanding why everything is happening in your life. When you can slowly understand why everything is happening in your life, automatically you will be a creator. You will realize that you are the creator of your life. Everything that is happening in your life is happening because of your creation only, your involvement. So you only was the root cause for everything that was happening in your life. So once you slowly understand that your creation is giving you the experience of your life, your past creation is giving you the present experience of your life. So your present creation will create the future creation of your life. As simple as that. When you understand that you are the creator of your life, you only created the source for the resultant experience, then you will slowly be careful in creating in your life. When you are careful in creating your life, automatically you will experience something wonderful happening in your life. That's it. I hope you understood this. So observe everything that's happening in your life. When you observe everything that's happening in your life, you will get aware of everything. When you get aware of everything, then handling life is pretty easy. But don't give your life into worry, disturbance, trouble, irritation, frustration, fear, doubt, disappointment, discouragement, selfishness, greed. When you give yourself into all these negative emotions, you will not realize why something is happening in your life. without discovering why something is happening in your life, how do you ever come to resolve it? See, if you don't know the question, you cannot create an answer for that. If you don't know the problem, you cannot create a solution for that. So when you are focusing on worry, disturbance and trouble, you're not trying to know what the problem is. When you're not trying to know what the problem is, how do you ever think that you can create a solution for this? So put your life on a comfortable angle. Accept challenges, accept failures, accept difficult situations. Understand that God is making you to learn the lessons through them. So every difficult situation, every challenging situation must be a lesson giver for you. So look at them as a lesson. See, I told you, right? God gives a temporary pain and in return, He will give a lifetime happiness out of it. If you are not ready for that temporary pain, okay, how can you take that lifetime happiness? And people are not ready for that temporary pain, so they don't accept it and they keep experiencing the temporary pain all the way in their life and say that I did not get that lifetime happiness. But an intelligent fellow experiences that temporary pain, understand what lesson he really wants to learn from that, what lesson really God wanted to teach him, and then automatically what he does is, okay, he experiences a lifetime happiness. Hope you understood this Raidu, okay? So, all the best for everything. Take care of things. Keep going happily. Put happiness into yourself. You can attract something wonderful in your life. Mind will always show you something negative. But that is the challenge what your mind gives. But you have to surpass the trouble your mind is giving you. You have to put yourself happy. Beyond all the troubles that your mind shows you, you have to see. When you just go out, you may come across a lot of situations, okay, which will, when you look at it, you will get some kind of disturbance. But you have an option, say, this is not that I want, this is not that I want, this is not that I want, this is not that I want. There may be 99 things you have to reject before you come to the 100th situation, which might give you happiness. See, probably when Hanuman went to identify Sita in Lanka, Hanuman came across everything that could distract him. He saw everything what a normal man can get distracted for. But he just said, no, this is not Sita, this is not Sita, this is not Sita, this is not Sita. So my focus is on Sita, let me go for Sita. Probably till he started his journey, he did not think about eating, he did not think about doing anything until and unless the only focus what he had was identifying Sita. Though he saw the greatest glory of life, everything that a man gets distracted to, but still he did not deviate from his focus. So you should have it, what you exactly want in life, you should put your focus on that and keep going. So if you stop from the first disturbance, when you see it something which is distracting you and you stop there, you cannot experience what you really want in life. And if you are getting what you want in life in an easy manner, that does not add value for you. If it has to add value for you, you must get it out of hard work. Understand this. If red sandalwood grows everywhere, in every house, in every place, then what would be the value of it? As that is grown in only Seshachalam forest, okay, of Andhra Pradesh, and it is not available in any part of the world, it has the greatest demand. If gold is available everywhere on this earth and everyone can dig it out, okay, do you think it will have its demand? So any resource, if it is in rare quantity, you have to search and get it. If pearls are available freely on the seashore, like seashells, who cares for pearls? As they are available in the deeper layers of the sea crust, and you have to go deeper in order to get them, automatically they have a lot of demand for it. The same thing is for you also. So you have to leave everything that you don't want and you have to move towards what you really want. So by getting what you want, okay, you experience wonderful things happening in your life. Okay, take care of that. Hi Sai Sudhir, how are you? Hope you're doing much better with your exam preparation. Life is going great, I suppose. Okay? So, how to gain confidence in our doings? How to face the challenges of postponing the works? Okay, let me first handle the first question. How to gain confidence in our doings? Okay. So, if you keep doing the same thing, what you are doing every day, you keep getting the same results. Albert Einstein said this: if you keep doing what you are doing every day, you keep getting the same experience and same result. So if you have to build confidence, you have to take bigger challenges. You have to accept bigger challenges. You have to work in a big way. Probably you are right now working for 6 hours to 8 hours a day. Make it double. Decide that you have to work for 16 hours a day. Probably now you are just reading books. Now give at least 4-5 hours of your time in teaching it to somebody. So you give 4-5 hours of your time in recollecting all the information what you have read. You try to record that information. You try to represent that on paper. You try to prepare a notes out of it. Take up some challenge. Try to create a video from the content what you have learned, which will be useful for the other people who are preparing for the same competitive exam. Every concept what you have understood, if you can create a video and share it to some people who are also preparing for the same exam, which may be helpful for them, then you will add confidence in you. Confidence does not come when you keep doing what you are doing every day. If you keep doing what you are doing every day, then you can never build confidence. So if I did not try to create question answer session, I must not have added confidence. If I was just confined to my classroom, teaching only the subject what I knew almost 20 years back, then I must not have multiplied my confidence. So I kept changing. So initially I was just a motivator to make students to stand and speak. Then I mastered grammar and started taking grammar classes. Then I started understanding what the problems of the students are, and I designed my curriculum in such a manner that anyone can understand it. Any serious person who can give a bit of his time and consistently work on it, okay, he can master it. Probably you experience the same thing. After working, you could create your communication. So in the process later, I started understanding that without developing attitude, so it's not possible to build communication. So I started doing a research on communication. Then I came to know that if we don't take risks in life, we will never discover the potentials that we have within ourselves. So then I started taking risks. I accepted every challenge that came across in my life. I never said no for any challenge that came across in my life. And by experiencing it, by digging deeper into it, so there may be a lot of problems that the challenges gave. There may be a lot of distractions, troubles, worries that the problem has given. But still we accepted and we went on. And that made us build confidence. So stand in the market. See, if we don't take risks, if we don't stretch our limitations, see, probably you take any successful person, I think you know about Leslie Brown. There are days wherein Leslie Brown did not go home, okay, even for a month. He used to work day and night in the office where he was working. He used to sleep on the floor. He used to dip the same clothes what he wore yesterday and wear them again and work continuously, because if he goes to his home, his focus may change. He might think of taking rest. So people worked like a machine. People made a lot of risks in their life. People challenged themselves to bring some difference in their lives. And if that risk is not taken, if they don't challenge themselves, okay, they cannot experience it. Most of the people seek security. They want to be comfortable. They don't want to challenge themselves. They don't fight to make their goals happen. They set goals. They set goals to show to the world that you are something big. And afterwards, they never talk about their goal. But once you set a goal, you have to fight to make that goal happen. Probably you have to go day and night. You have to spend all your time on it. You have to dedicate yourself until you make that goal happen. So once you make your goal happen, It builds an enormous confidence in you. But understand one simple thing. Today morning I think, okay, Ravi sir met me and he was talking to me the same thing. See, the more we believe, the more we work. The more we work, the better the results we experience in life. I was getting the same thought in the last 2-3 days. So, but belief, how does it come? Until and unless we don't stretch our limitations and take some risks and go beyond, okay, how will we develop belief on ourselves? See, all that happens in your life because you believe it. All that does not happen in your life does not happen because you don't believe it. Try to understand this. All that happens in your life happens because you believe that happens in life. All that does not happen in life does not happen because you believe that it does not happen in your life. That's all. But how will you get that belief? By just challenging your potentials. By just stretching your limitations. Going beyond. So design some goals. Set some goals. So set some goals which will make you to explore your potentials. Go beyond your potentials. Experience some kind of challenges. So don't think of doing the same thing what you are doing every day. If I just ask you this question, okay, what different thing you have done today, what you have not done yesterday? What challenging thing you have done today, what you have not done last week? What challenging thing you have done today, what you have not done in the last month? What challenging thing you have done today, what you have not done in the entire year, last year? What challenging thing you have done today, what you have not done in your life till now? So if you have done something challenging, then I can surely say that, okay, you're multiplying your confidence. Everyone enhanced their confidence. Everyone multiplied their confidence only through one specific channel, that is taking risks, going beyond, setting big targets, trying for huge achievements and putting themselves into larger efforts, working harder. Probably there are times wherein Abdul Kalam did not even sleep for 72 hours. He worked day in and day out continuously in order to finish the project. There are many people who even don't go home, sit in the office and just try to complete the targets before the deadlines. They challenge their potentials. They do it. So even GMR groups, probably that is the only group in this world which could finish their targets much before their deadlines. Probably if they have given a commitment of 6 months, okay, they try to finish it off in 4-5 months. They finish their targets much before their deadlines. So you can understand how much challenging their work must be, how much efficient their work must be, how much calculated, how much risky their work must be. So stretch yourself beyond your possibilities. So go, because if you believe, you can create anything you want in life, because the divine power is given to those who believe. If you don't believe, you cannot experience the divine power and you cannot experience what you really want to see in your life. So divine power, without divine power, you cannot even lift your finger. Without the divine power, I cannot even utter a single word standing here. In every word that I am expressing, the divine power is expressed. But when my belief is positive, the divine power flows through it and makes it happen. When my belief is negative, automatically the divine power does not get connected to it and that does not make it happen. That's all. But divine power is there in every activity of your life. You can't do anything without the divine power. But your belief decides whether the divine power should create what you want or not. And once your belief is stronger, your work is stronger. So you're not giving a lot of effort in your work means that you're not having a lot of belief within yourself. So, if you don't have belief within yourself, how do you experience the divine power to flow through you? So, you did not set up a pipeline from the tank, okay, till the wash basin. So, you cannot create water in the wash basin. But if you can create a pipeline through belief that the water flows in it, then it happens. A person wanted to create pipeline all over the world, and he did it. And people have reduced their work to a greater extent. So it is the belief that made most of the people create all the greatness what they have created. And divine power always flows through the people who believe. And in order to believe and double your confidence, you have to stretch your limitations. You have to increase your effort. You have to take risks. You have to challenge your potentials. Then alone you can experience it. And the next question is, Sai Sudhir, how to face the challenges of postponing works? So you're able to postpone certain things in your life because you think that even if you don't do it immediately, there's no big trouble from that. See, if a snake is following you, or if a team of dogs are chasing you, then can you postpone your running? Can you postpone avoiding the snake bite? Think. So you're postponing certain things because you think that even if you don't do it, okay, it's okay. So, but you have to come to a stage wherein you cannot live your life without doing something. See, I come to institute every day and take classes because I cannot lead my life without taking classes. That's all. I cannot postpone, okay, taking classes because it is impossible for me to lead my life without doing that. You have to pick up certain situations in life, and that situations, if at all, if you are not able to do, you feel that your life cannot happen. It's impossible for you to handle your life. In that particular situation, okay, you will never postpone any work. You are postponing certain works today because you feel that even if you postpone it, nothing harm is going to happen in your life. So you have to pick up certain things. You have to get into your life certain things. So wherein you cannot pass even a second in your life without doing them. So you have to do things, or you have to lead your life for doing things. So wherein if you don't do them, automatically your life cannot be a possibility. Try to understand this. That's it. Nothing else than Sudhir, okay? Probably you're postponing certain things because you believe that even if you don't do it, okay, it's not going to create a big trouble in your life. So in that case, you have not picked up the right challenge. But if you have picked up a challenge wherein you cannot lead your life without doing it, then I don't think that you postpone it. Check once. And don't put yourself into disturbance or worry, because every time you put yourself into disturbance or worry, automatically the end result of that will be this. It makes you disappointed. Your mind starts thinking negative. When your mind starts thinking negative, okay, you will not feel that energy to move on. So just pull on your positivity, develop a positive attitude, keep feeding your mind always. See, if I start my journey from here, I just want to go from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So I filled my petrol tank. Probably it takes around 7 liters or 8 liters to fill the tank. I fill the tank with 7 liters. Do you think that I go to Kashmir, okay, with that 7 liters? No, right? I can only cover 200 to 300 kilometers with that 7 liters. So once I complete the distance of 200 to 300 kilometers, then automatically what I have to do is, I have to fill the bike tank again with petrol. So when I fill the tank of the bike again with petrol alone, I can move. So every time I cross 200 kilometers, I have to fill my bike tank with petrol. In the same manner, the positive information you have given to your mind might drive an attitude, okay, that makes you to work for certain time. And once that energy is lost, you have to drive some more positive information into your mind. So probably make it a habit of reading some positive information once in every 3 hours or 6 hours. So probably 3 hours, if you are not having that, what I can say, you are not able to sit for at least 3 hours, so then read every 1 hour. If you are not able to sit for even 1 hour and continuously study, then read some positive information for every half an hour. And if you are not able to hold on at least for 10-15 minutes, then read some positive information for every 10 minutes. At least for 5 minutes, read some positive information that fills your mind with petrol and that drives you to take your energy forward. See, every time something good is not happening in your life, it's not happening because your mind is not thinking the way it needs to think. So in that particular situation, all you have to do is only one thing. That is this. Feed your mind with positive information. Go through some positive stuff. Go through the life stories of successful people. Listen to success stories. Every time you listen to success stories, automatically what happens is your mind gets that energy to take the work forward. See, like, let me put this question for you. When is the last time you fed your mind with some positive information? You read some success story. You experienced some successful life. So, if you are not experiencing the life story of a successful person, every now and then, at least for 3 hours or 6 hours in a day, automatically you will be experiencing that in life. So you will be postponing. You will not be committed towards your work. You will not have that focus of putting all your time and energy into the work what you are dreaming for. That is working for your goals. So every 3 hours or 6 hours, listen to some positive information. Go through the life story of successful person just to see how they dedicated their life in order to create success in life. So when you come to know how they dedicated their life in order to create what they really wanted to create, then you too will start working for it. Probably, I'm sure, okay, you're not picking up a goal which is even 1% to that of the successful people have created. Probably you know about Florence Nightingale, who was laid on bed for 50 years and solved the problems of nursing in the entire world. You are not going to create such a big challenge in your life, and you are not going to put a solution for such a big problem in this world. You're not going to stay on bed and solve the problem for 50 years. Probably the effort what you have taken in order to achieve your goal might not be even 1% of that task. So to execute that 1% of that task, if you're not ready, then think, okay, what right you have to say that your life must be wonderful? What right you have to say that you must experience happiness? What right you have to say that your parents must be happy thinking about you? See, I used to work very hard in my life just because I never wanted my parents to feel regretted because of me. I never wanted to see a disturbing face. But of course, my parents suffered a lot because of me. I couldn't make them happy. I couldn't create success in my life. But my failure has taught me how to become successful in the lives of maximum people. So I've become a guide. I'm guiding many people to create success in their lives today. So know your limit, like the positive information what you fed in your mind, how long it is going to work. Calculate this. So probably it is going to drive you for 3 hours. After 3 hours again listen to some success story. See, that is the reason why I created hundreds of success stories in our channel. So you can just go through any success story. Go through it 2-3 times. Probably it will take 10-20 minutes. Then again get back to your work. You will drive, you will push hard for another 5-6 hours, and then again go through some positive information. Make this a habit. I think you can create something wonderful in your life side. You have that passion, you have that desire, but you need to understand the logic of your mind operates. Then creating success out of it is pretty easy. Okay, all the best, Sai. I don't know. Okay. Never compare yourself. Madhu, sorry. Never compare yourself to others. Be happy with what you have and what you are. Explain it, sir. Hey, it's simple, Madhu. Try to understand this. You're a masterpiece. Every human being is created as a masterpiece. It means that there is no one like you on this earth. You're unique with unique talents, unique nature, unique thought process, unique perception. The way you perceive the world, the way you look at the world, no one on this earth sees it. You alone look at the world in that perspective. You perceive the world in a manner which no other human being does it. All the 700 crore people existing on this earth will not perceive your life. None who was born before you or none who will be born after will perceive life like you. So God created you like a masterpiece. What is the intention of God to create you like a masterpiece? Giving you a different handwriting, giving you a different thumbprint, giving you a different scanning, giving you a different x-ray. So everything, okay, in your existence will be different. No way comparison with others. Even the distance between your eyebrows will not be similar to anyone on this earth. Even you can take a photograph of your chin and just match with all the photographs in this world, but they'll not get matched. So you're unique. You're a masterpiece. So you being born as a masterpiece cannot compare with others. You cannot look at your life in comparison with others. When you look at your life in comparison with others, okay, it's a nonsense. It's a mishap. See, if I compare my life with Mahesh Babu, considering that fellow has a lot of stardom, he is earning a lot of money, he has a lot of fan follower, and he is really successful in life, then I create a hell out of my life. But remember that I was born as a masterpiece to do an unique work, what Mahesh Babu can't do. And Mahesh Babu is born as a unique personality to do an unique job. Probably he cannot do my job. So you're not supposed to compare yourself with anyone on this earth because you're a masterpiece. So you are racing against yourself. You have to check how you were yesterday and how you want to be tomorrow. Just compare yourself with your past life. How you were yesterday. So are you better than what you were yesterday or not? Are you better than what you were last month or not? Are you better than what you were last year or not? So definitely you must be making some kind of progress in your life every day. If not, sit and read an article, go through an experience, create something, do something good, go and help somebody, serve someone, speak some good words, listen to some good information, then automatically you are making your life better and move towards it. But when your life is being compared with anyone on this earth, okay, that's going to be a mess. Because you're unique and you can never be like other. See, probably you always look at what you don't have that the other person have. But is there a situation in your life, Madhu, wherein you have looked at what the other person don't have and you have? Let me repeat the question, Madhu, okay? Did you ever look at in your life what the other person don't have and you have? You always look at what you don't have and what the other person has. See, probably my cousin has a car. I can look at that I don't have a car. But there are many things what I have and what my cousin does not have. So, but we don't look at this. When we look at this, okay, we will discover that we are a far greater person. Remember one thing in life. A person is not happy all the 24 hours of the day because he's not looking into his greatness. He's looking into the greatness of everyone around him, but he's not looking into the greatness of himself. But if he can look into the greatness of himself, if he can look into what all positive qualities that he possesses, then automatically, understand this clearly, automatically, okay, he'll be happy all the 24 hours of the day. But why you are not able to feel great in every inch of your day? Because you bring a comparison with others. When you are a masterpiece and you are unique, you're not like the other one, how can you compare yourself with others? You're not born in the same circumstance what the other person is born. You're not born with the same talents what the other person is born with. You're not coming from the same genetical code what the other person is born with. So when you are not having anything in similar with the other fellow, other than that, you are made up of flesh and you have hands, legs and external appearance just like that fellow, how can you ever compare yourself with him? So don't compare yourself with anyone on this earth. So compare yourself with what you were in the past and what you are today. Okay? Compare yourself with you. So with your past. Then life is going to be wonderful. That is what exactly this sentence means. Never compare yourself with others. Be happy with what you have and what you are. So when you focus on what you have, then automatically you create some kind of wonderful celebration in your life, mother. Okay, that's what you need to look into. Nothing else than this. Why we have to share happiness to others? What will happen if we do it? Whatever you give in this world, okay, that you get back in multiple folds. If you give worry, you get worry in multiple folds. See, first calculate yourself. If you have been giving happiness in your life, you must have been getting that happiness in hundreds of folds today. If you have been giving suffering to the world, you must have been getting, okay, suffering in hundreds of folds. So what you give, you get back. If you give your arrogance, okay, you get punishment for it in hundreds of folds. If you share love, you get that love in hundreds of folds. I told you, right? If you plant a rice grain in the soil, a plant grows out of it and gives your grain back and gives 100 other grains along with it. The same thing is this. So when you share your happiness, okay, there will be hundreds of situations. You may not get that from the same person, but you may be getting it from 100 different people. So what you give, you get it back in 100 folds. So you must learn to give happiness. When you give happiness, automatically you get that happiness in hundreds of folds. But if you are not able to give it, you will not be getting it. So you just go and ask everyone on this earth, okay, what they are getting in life. So what they are getting in life, that is what they give in the past. That is what they gave in the past. That's all. If they have given pain to people, they automatically experience pain now. If they have given happiness in the past, they must be experiencing happiness now. So if someone says that I'm suffering, I'm worrying, nothing is happening good in my life, it is because they have suffered a lot of people in the past, and that is the reason why they're experiencing the same thing now. What you give comes back to you in 100 multiple folds. That's it. What is the power of giving attitude? I think even Prasanna touched the same question. Okay. So the power of giving attitude is the way you think. Okay. So when you think in a manner wherein you want to give something to this external world, so you miss what I can say, the thought process of receiving something. So now you are detached from receiving anything. So when you are detached from receiving anything, you don't want anything in life. See, you can give to somebody something when he is looking for it. For a person who is not looking for it, even if you give it, what is the use of it? If someone does not have any kind of attitude for money, he doesn't need money at all, even if you give him a lot of money, what is that he is going to do with that? Probably there are people in history who have just, someone kept gold coins along with the food what they begged, so that will be supportive for them. They said that the food has become, what I can say, stale, rotten, just because gold coins were mixed with it. So they threw it in the dustbin because they never wanted that. Vivekananda happened to keep 1 rupee coin in the pillow of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and he immediately, when he slept on that pillow, immediately got up and said, okay, fire, 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 fire. Then everyone asked, where, okay? Then he said that there is something like money kept in this, okay? So because they are totally detached from it. So you cannot give something to somebody who doesn't need it. Probably if I find someone who is very hungry, and if I'm offering food to him, he's ready to take it. But if someone is too full, when he has eaten 2-3 times already, he's not expecting any kind of food. Even if you give him, he's not going to use it. So when you develop a giving attitude, automatically you don't want anything in life. That is the greatness of a guru. Guru comes to a stage wherein he is not expecting anything from anybody. So he's not expecting respect, he's not expecting money, he's not expecting clothes, gifts, anything. He doesn't like anything, he doesn't want anything. He just wants to see his children growing wonderfully in life, that's all. So in that particular place, he's totally detached from everything. So you cannot give anything to him. So in the same manner, when you develop a giving attitude, you're detached. When you're detached, no desire. When no desire is there, no pain at all. All the suffering what people are experiencing today, they are experiencing because they are attached to many things. Their attachment is creating all the pain. So why they are getting attached to a lot of things? Because their desire of getting more and more from that. But if they are detached from everything, they don't want anything in life, they are not looking forward for anything in life, then automatically try to understand this. So you will be thinking about giving always. So greatness happens in life when you have a giving attitude. You are a detached person. So no desires, so no pain. See, no pain, life is a beautiful experience. Hope the other side of it, what you give comes back to you in hundreds of multiples. That's one side of it. But when you develop a giving attitude, you're automatically detached from everything. You don't want anything. When you don't want anything, okay, so you don't have any desire. In no desire state, you're happy always. So you're blessed. When you are happy, you can only give happiness to this world. But if you're not happy, then you give what you have. That's what you need to understand. Thanks for your question, Prasanna. So I think we have come to the end of this session. Thank you so much, everyone, for your beautiful question. Thanks for your participation. Thanks to all the people who start viewing this and supporting this and making me to grow or helping me to become a medium wherein the divine power flows through me and helps many more people in future. I'm really blessed and I'm thankful to the Lord for giving me this opportunity, and I'm thankful to everyone, okay, for observing this. Thank you so much.